Hi, everyone, and welcome to Who Threw the Curve. And this is a Robert Ruiz rant. And today we're going to be speaking on the President of the United States, the world's most powerful puppet. The President of the United States. The title alone conjures images of a mighty figure striding through the halls of power, making decisions that shape the world. But let's peel back the layers of the grand illusion and see how much power the president really holds. Spoiler alert, it's a bit like being the world's most glorified puppet. First, let's talk about the perception of power. The president is often seen as the ultimate authority, the commander in chief, the leader of the free world. But in reality, the president's power is more like a carefully choreographed dance with Congress, the Supreme Court, and a myriad of other players pulling the strings. It's like being the star of the Broadway show, but with the script written by a committee of 535 members of Congress, each with their own agenda. Take, for example, the power to make laws. Sure, the president could propose legislation and even veto bills, but it's Congress that holds the real power to pass the laws. The president's role is more like that of a cheerleader, rallying support and hoping that Congress will play along. And when it comes to vetoing bills, Congress can simply override the veto with a two-thirds majority. It's like being given a shiny new toy, only to have it taken away by a group of kids who decide they want to play with it instead. Then there's the power to declare war. The president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, but only Congress has the power to declare war. So, while the president can order military action, it's Congress that holds the purse strings and can decide whether to fund the operation. It's like being given the keys to a sports car, but only being allowed to drive it if your parents give you gas money. And let's not forget about the Supreme Court. The president can nominate justices, but it's the Senate that confirms them. Once on the bench, these justices have the power to interpret the Constitution and strike down laws, effectively putting a check on the president's power. It's like being able to choose your own referees for a game, only to have them call fouls on you every time you try to score. Even in the realm of foreign policy, where the president is often seen as having the most power, there are limits. Treaties must be ratified by the Senate, and trade agreements often require congressional approval. The president can negotiate and sign deals, but it's Congress that has the final say. It's like being the captain of a ship, but having to get permission from the crew before setting sail. So, how much power does the President of the United States really hold? The answer is not as much as you might think. The President is more like a figurehead, a symbol of power, while the real power is dispersed among various branches of government and other players. It's a delicate balance designed to prevent any one person from becoming too powerful. In the end, the president's power is more about influence and persuasion than actual authority. It's about navigating the complex web of politics, building coalitions, and convincing others to go along with your plans. It's a bit like being the world's most powerful puppet with strings being pulled by a multitude of hands. So, the next time you see the president making a grand speech or signing an executive order, remember that behind the scene, there's a whole cast of characters working together or against each other to make it all happen. And while the president may be the face of power, the reality is far more complicated and, dare I say, a bit less glamorous. Thank you for listening to Who to the Curve. Don't forget to like us, share, and subscribe.